feel like we've been through a lot. You have been with us as we've gone on these trips, mostly to Disney, but to some other places as well. And so I have to let you in on a little secret. As much as we love theme parks, I'm 40, and sometimes theme parks don't love me. Between the sleep schedules that are all changed and the food that we're eating that is not like the food that I'm used to, and all of the rides, my 40-year-old body is not behaving the way that it was when it was 20. And so I deal with motion sickness. It's just a fact of life. And my kids know it, they understand it, they know sometimes mom just may not be riding a ride. But throughout the years, I have also really dug into natural options to try to help and make it a more enjoyable experience, because it's really difficult if I'm the one taking the kids and Tim is at work and I can't ride the ride. That's a little challenging sometimes. So I have really dug in to figure out what can I do to help. So here are going to be some of the tricks and the ways that they actually help. So stay tuned. This is not all of the methods, but they certainly are natural, holistic methods that you can have access to, and don't need a prescription. I'm not saying anything medically, just want to be really clear about that. I just tend to go for more natural options, and here are some founded ones that you could try as well. So the first thing that I love is ginger. And I go for what is going to be the easiest and the cleanest option, and that's going to be this Ginger Rescue. It's by Ginger People. They also have little ginger chews that you can get. Lots of different options. If you want ginger, you can get candied ginger. If you don't want sugar, then you might have to dig through a little bit more. You could just go fresh grated ginger and have that. Whew, that gives you a little punch. But I like these because they come in a couple of packs of these blister packs. And so that's really easy to throw into my bag and just pop when I need it. But they're fantastic. So what ginger does is it helps with the digestive process. So sometimes motion sickness is because of an imbalance. This may or may not help. I have found that it does help if I take ginger before I need it. So if I'm like in a ride, I might pop a ginger and I might put one in my pocket, and then like as I am leaving the ride, I'm going to put another one, because really what it is for me, when I get off the ride and I'm back to my feet, that's when I feel that imbalance and that motion sickness. So if I pop one of these in the line and then at the end, then that can be really helpful. What I like about this is that it's pretty simple. It does have a lot of ginger in it. It does have cane sugar, maltodextrin, calcium stearate. So it's not completely just ginger, but pretty clean and very, very strong. So really does help with the whole processes of the digestive system. So ginger also can be really good if you have gas, indigestion, just general nausea. Fantastic during pregnancy. I definitely used it when I could stomach the ginger taste, because that's sometimes an issue too, but that's a really good one. Okay, so one of the ways that ginger works is that it actually helps the body in creating these digestive enzymes. So they can stimulate the production of bile, digestive enzymes, gastric juices. So if your nausea is related to those, maybe overeating, then ginger can be really good because it helps those natural processes. It also can help with serotonin regulation. That's a fun fact. So motion sickness can trigger the release of serotonin in the stomach, which is then going to contribute to nausea. And so with the ginger, if it helps regulate serotonin levels, then it's also going to help the motion sickness that comes from it. It also has other really cool properties, like it's anti-inflammatory, helps brain response. So it has other really cool properties. Highly recommend that you search that out, but wanted to just say ginger, fantastic. So that goes in my bag. All right, the next thing that I want to talk about is homeopathy. Now, hear me out, because this is one of those far out things that prior to me looking at natural remedies, I didn't quite understand. But homeopathy has been around for hundreds of years as an actual term, and even longer than that beforehand. But there are a lot of companies where you can get homeopathy. You can get single remedies, which is just one substance, or you can get combination remedies like this one. And so let me talk first about what homeopathy is. Homeopathy is an alternative sort of medicine, and it operates under the idea that like cures like. And it was developed in the 18th century by a German physician, Samuel Hahnemann. Sorry, I am completely butchering the name, but the idea is that there are symptoms that a person has, and if you introduce similar sorts of things, you're not going to make that symptom worse. You're actually going to create this homeostasis in the body. It's going to treat those symptoms because you're introducing similar things, and then it all is situated in the right way. I completely have butchered how that works, but let me just tell you, the thing that I love about homeopathy is that there's no side effects. So you can pop these remedies and the worst thing that happens is nothing. And that just means you have the wrong remedy. So they are made from completely natural sources. Oftentimes you're going to get them and they're going to have a little bit of sugar in them. They might have a little bit of milk-based products in them as well. So if you are lactose intolerant, like truly lactose intolerant, then you may want to look at alternative methods. But the ones that I get kind of melt under your tongue. I've cut this one up. Usually they come in bigger blister packs than this, but this is the motion one, specifically for motion sickness. So the specific remedies that are in here are to help with the following: relieve nausea or vomiting with dizziness and the need to lie down, relieve nausea and vomiting with hypersalivation, relieve upset stomach, indigestion, nausea and vomiting, relieve dizziness, nausea and vomiting improved by fresh air, relieve nausea improved by eating. And then of course, then they have a couple of other items in there. So this is going to be the remedy that you're going to want if you are traveling, going on amusement rides, or video games. So this is something great to hold on to. They also have a lot of different versions of this. This is Boiron. This whole box had 60 melt-away tablets. And what I will do is I will take this instead of ginger. So I'm going to choose, do I want ginger, something that I'm going to suck on for longer, or do I want one of the melting remedies that I can take faster? And they do tend to work very fast. Now, I used to, before I found the motion version, they have one for nausea. And that's awesome too. I have it, I hold on to it, but that's really more for food and eating, and this is more for the motion sickness. So that is a great box to have on hand. One of the tricks for dealing with motion sickness when you have a family that loves to ride lots of crazy rides is these bands. I got turned on to these bands when I was pregnant with the twins and I had severe nausea, and I really, really love these ones in particular because they don't necessarily look like they are workout bands or like they are those bands, but they do have that acupressure point that goes, actually I need to move it over a little bit, but it goes right inside and that presses down on an acupressure point that helps relieve nausea. And it works so well. I'll put them on when I'm in line and I can handle all of these along with some of the other tricks that I use. Okay, I want to show off these because they are so cute. So Blissettes is the Blissets is the brand that makes these, and you may have seen in the grocery store the acupressure bands that look like sweat bands. These are not them. So they come in different sizes. It did take me a little bit to figure out the right size. These are size small because I do have teeny tiny wrists. They're a little tight, but the medium was way big, so I did have to return those. But look at how cute they are. And they definitely can blend in. I have another pair that is tan, or you have these, or they also have leather ones. So you can like completely hide it and make it look not like bands at all. But look at that. I mean, they're super cute. I love the color teal, so it works out great. And you just want to put them 3 finger widths down, boop, just like that. And then in the center, kind of hard to get it right where you want it, but you can do it. And this set actually comes with some directions on where it should go. There you go. So I love it. Cute bag. Awesome. Good job, Blissets. You know what theme park mamas want, and that is cute motion sickness help. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about vitamin B, because it really does help. Now, vitamin B, you can get it in a lot of different forms. Specifically, if you're looking for motion sickness help, it's B6. So this is what we have on hand. It's a B complex, so it's a lot of different vitamin Bs. But what B6 does is it helps regulate the nervous system, support the body's balance mechanisms, right? Can you see how those, if the nervous system is out of balance, and if the balancing mechanism is out of balance, you can see how motion sickness is a problem. So B6 can help with that. It helps as a key role in the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, GABA. Those also regulate mood and digestion. They also influence nausea and the body's response to motion. Pretty fun. And so one other thing, I mentioned the nervous system piece. So the motion sickness can happen when there's a mismatch between the visual input and the signals from the inner ear. And B6 helps that healthy nerve function, alleviates the neurological symptoms of motion sickness like dizziness and nausea. So vitamin B, especially B6, really helpful. Okay, next one. I haven't tried it, but guess what? I'm so willing to try it. It's a Band-Aid. You take a Band-Aid and you put it on your belly button up and down, and it's supposed to help. I don't know if it helps, but my goodness, if we're gonna be riding Cosmic Rewind on our next Disney trip, you can bet I'm gonna try it, and let's see how it goes. Now, I don't show my belly button, so I'm not gonna show you a picture of it, but I'm gonna try that, and we'll see how it works. So one of the things, if you happen to be motion sick in rides, don't wear the glasses. So I always grab them. Why do I grab them, Audrey?
Because I usually drop them on the floor.
That's right. So I grab a pair and give them to Audrey, and I don't wear them. And you can see everything just fine. Maybe a little blurry, but it's fine. I love all of the different ways that we can watch these rides, but these glasses, Mama can't do them. So I just don't wear them. It's as easy as that. Pretty simple. Okay, when I was pregnant with Audrey and David, I was really sick, and that was actually when I was still teaching. So what I did in order to make it through my first trimester is that I cut a lime or a lemon every single morning, stuck it in a baggie, and brought it into school with me. And if I was feeling really, really sick, I would open it up, smell it, and close it. And that was how I could get through my mornings. And I did it, I made it through, but lime or lemon, and sometimes just the smell of it can help. Sometimes licking it can help. Now, don't ask me why that citrus or that tanginess, that sourness helps, but it really did work. So if you're into essential oils, I'm an aromatherapist, so I kind of am. That's a really good option for you if you want to smell that, because the essential oil comes from the rind of the fruit, so it's a citrusy, sweet sort of version of the juice. Or you could do something as simple as a true lemon water or lime water. I mean, we're not talking a lot of sugar, we're talking squeeze it in your water and sip on it, and that can really help, or even just smelling your water. Peppermint is also a really good one too. Peppermint helps with the digestive system, feelings of being overly full, and so you can put peppermint leaves in your water, or you can use the essential oil as well. So lime, peppermint, lemon, those are great. And then of course, because ginger does work, you could do a ginger essential oil too. But I typically like to eat my ginger instead of just smelling it, whereas the smell works with lemon, lime, and peppermint. So some things that you could try as well. All right, so you heard some of the ways that I have both researched and experimented with combating nausea. Now I want to hear from you. Is there something that I didn't think of, something that you highly recommend, or is there an old wives' tale that you think that I should try and I can report back after my next trip? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tell your friends. Bye!